Alright, guys, so Sony just dropped a little while ago their trailer for their upcoming PlayStation games in 2023, or the ones that have just so far been announced. I doubt there's going to be like an announcement in this like trailer or whatever, but um, just the kind of games that we're supposed to be getting in 2023. And then we'll kind of go over, we'll watch it and then we'll kind of go over how I feel about these games. Um, I'm not super excited for most of them. So if you don't like it, then maybe you should just. Anyway, let's just watch and we'll see. All right. I'm also really hot. Okay, oop. Should turn this down. Okay, Final Fantasy, Forbidden West. So that's DLC. See, Spider-Man. See, this is what it's only coming to PS5, which I'm super. Well, I'll talk later. But Assassin's Creed Pass. Uh, Okay, Resident Evil 4. I'm actually kind of excited for Resident Evil 4, just to be honest. Forspoken. I honestly don't know what this game is. Suicide. Maybe I might be interested in Suicide Squad. Um, I think it's cute. Dead Space. Not in. Okay, I'm gonna. My reactions are a little too much right now. Okay, Street Fighter. My father loves Street Fighter. Jedi Survivor. Interesting. Okay. Alone in the What's that? Oh, I don't know what that is. That looks interesting. Okay, well, this is moving quickly. I'm gonna have to slow this down and kind of go slower through all this stuff. But Lord of the Fallen, is that the is that a Star Wars game as well? Call of the Mountain. Oh, we'll get into that in a minute. Destiny's 2. All right, interesting. So okay, so we have some like indie titles, which is cool. They're gonna show Death Stranding 2 at the end, right? Like that's obvious. Well, no, that's probably not coming out in 2023, so probably not. Hogwarts Legacy, I'm actually excited for, and I'll get into why I'm excited about that game. But not super excited, but I'm excited. I'm interested. Okay, some more. Okay, now we're just kind of like recap. Some of the same splices of the same games, even in the small little recap. See, okay. It is still very interesting that they are still betting on um, let's go and we'll go like kind of slow frame by frame. Um, but they are still um, really betting on. Hold on, why is this not? Oh, because I went in the wrong direction. That's typical me. Um, I don't know. I guess my thing. We'll get into it. I mean, they're really pushing like PS4 is still going to be a relevant system in this generation. It might be the last year that they're like a prevalent system. Okay, so we have Resident Evil 4, Forspoken, and then we have Horizon Call of the Mountain. Which listen, we have we have Final Fantasy, which I don't care. Spider-Man 2. We have Street Fighter, Assassin's Creed. Also don't care. So this is the thing. I'm confused about Forspoken. I just don't get it. I just don't understand what it's trying to be, what it is, what it's going to be. I am not going to instantly play this game. I just already know it. It's just not my thing. It's interesting. I don't know. Maybe maybe it'll be something better with substance. Maybe I'll have to kind of examine it after it kind of comes out to see if it comes out, if it's a solid game, if it's not. I just really like saying Forspoken. It's just really fun. Then we have Resident Evil 4. The I'm interested. I'm definitely interested. I haven't played many Resident Evil games. I played a bit of 7. They're so all over the place. But I've played a few. I just can't really think of all of them that I've played at this moment, which is great. Um, but I definitely am intrigued by it. Call of the Mountain. Let's just get into this for a minute. I this is the most VR game that we're getting from Sony. That is a game that is doesn't seem like restricted by VR, but still to me looks very much like a VR game, and which is very frustrating for me because to me, I just think we shouldn't be making VR games. We should just be making games that so happen to be on VR that are optimized really well for VR. Um, it just is not to me good enough. But we'll see. I mean, I'm not gonna see because I'm not buying a PSVR 2 until it is like a solid system with actual games for me to play on. Because anyway, Final Fantasy. I don't really care about Final Fantasy, so I'm sorry for the people that like Final Fantasy. I'm just not a big fan of Final Fantasy. Street Fighter. I don't care. I don't see a big change in between a bunch of the fighting games that we have. Like, I just don't. There's, the people that love fighting games love them. I'm not one that loves them. I tolerate them. I think they're fun to play for like an hour or two, and then you switch to something, just something to just kind of play. I just don't find it that interesting. Sorry. Assassin's Creed, we're not even going to talk about that. And my big game, I mean, I think it's most people's big game that are super excited for, is Spider Man 2. Like, listen, I love Spider Man. Like, the whole franchise and all love Spider Man. But really loved Spider Man on PS4. Really loved Miles Morales, and I'm really excited for what Insomniac does for Spider-Man 2. I think it's their biggest game that could really like blow up. I think this game has the potential of being even bigger than the first Spider-Man game, but that's kind of, that's my rough overview of these games. Let's kind of move out. So yeah, like Final Fantasy, I don't care. I wish I did, but we can speed this up just a little bit. But so Forbidden West is getting DLC, which and the DLC is only coming to PS5, even though Horizon Forbidden West was on PS4 and PS5. That's a little confusing to me. I don't understand that. We can like kind of go like um that's confusing to me. I don't know. You guys let me know in the, whatever. But see, Spider Man. I'm excited that they've said that this is exclusively coming to PS5 because I'm just a little nervous if like it's not going to be. I'm totally ignoring Assassin's Creed because I just don't care. I'm so done with Ubisoft. So Resident Evil 4. This looks solid. This looks like the remake. It looks good. It doesn't look. We should go back a little. It looks good. It's not the best looking game ever, but it is decent. It's obviously better than the original, right? So, Forspoken, I still don't understand. I don't understand. I don't get it. But Forspoken, oh yeah, Suicide Squad. So this looks just fun. I don't think it's a game that's supposed to be taken seriously. It's kind of giving me like Saint Row like vibes. Like it's just a stupid game. Um, Dead Space, it doesn't look. Let's kind of go back. Dead Space just doesn't look that interesting. Like it looks flashy, but I don't think it's anything great. I don't care about whatever game this is, so I don't care. Yeah, the Street Fighter. Like what's new? So these Star Wars games. Um, is it sad to say that I'm a little fatigued by them? Like I'm just a little like it's a lot. Like they're just always coming out, and then when I get stories and reports that it's just like there's more of them coming, and like we're gonna be making like 10 a year. I'm like, what? Like I'm just like and I get that like spans to like mobile games and stuff, but like that's just I like Star Wars as much as the next person, but to me I just think I don't know. It's a lot. This is only coming to PS5, or is it only coming to next gen? Because I don't. There's no way this is just going to PS5. It's just not going to PS4. So it's just next gen. Okay, so Alone in the Dark. I gotta look into that because I don't know what this is, but that looks, fun. Um, Firewall. Interesting. I don't know what that game is. Pacific Drive. Don't know. Is it? Oh, is this the Ghostbuster game? Okay, so Lord of the Fallen. Is this the Spider-Man? Is this the Star Wars game? I think this is the Star Wars game that is um, coming exclusively to PlayStation that they teased a while ago, but it might not be. It doesn't look like Star Wars, and then more that I'm looking at it. Okay, we already talked about calling them on. I don't. It just still to me it just still looks VR. It still just looks like I don't know. It still looks VR. It doesn't look like just look the textures here. Like it just the mountains. Like it just does not look the water. Like it just doesn't look the way I think it should look. I just it looks VR and not in a good way. Not in a good way. Not even a little bit. Like to me just doesn't look good. I don't know how else to really it it just, yeah. It looks better than most VR games, just not you know, that VR. Like it looks like one of the better titles, but just not what I think the PSVR 2 should be producing. Like Sony, I think should be producing better games than that. But I can make a separate video on that or what I think that PSVR is doing. I like these indie titles. They're always like kind of nice. Like, oh, this looks nice, and then it's like you kind of wait for them to go on sale and maybe play them. I hate to say that I do that, but okay. Hogwarts Legacy. This is really a game that has oddly piqued my interest. Um, I have not watched the Harry Potter movies or have watched, the other, you know, the other Hogwarts, whatever crap, other spin-offs of shit. And I've never read the books because I just don't care. But it looks interesting. So, like, it looks very friendly to the barrier of entry looks very friendly. Like it just looks like it's not going to be like it takes place before all like the Harry Potter stuff. So I don't feel like a bunch of shit's gonna go over my head. Probably a bunch of shit will go over my head when I'm playing it. But I don't feel like it's like this is not for me. It kind of looks like it could potentially be like a Bully but Harry Potter, which I'm very down for. I'm very down for a game like that. So I'm excited. Um, these other games, these are other games. Filler up, filling the end of the thing. Um, I think this is decent. I think it's a great way to show that, where this game, it seems like 2023 is going to be a solid year of video games. Like it does, it looks like we're gonna, like, I don't know. To me, I hate to say it, but last year, sure, a lot of like big games came out, sure, but it just, to me, there was no impact. Like it just wasn't great. Like it just wasn't like I'm really excited to play these games. And I think because a lot of the games that came out just I don't really care about. Like, and I hate to say that, but it's just like I've been really like chomping at the bit to like play like just a game that I'm just really excited to play about. But it's just hasn't happened. It seems like this year is going to be the year that we are getting better games. Also, this whole Sony is at least keeping around the PS4 for another year or two. Like they are not letting go of the PS4. I think they are treating this as their Series X, their Series S like system. They're like, like it's almost like Sony's like, upgrade to the PS5, but on your own time when you can find one, when you can have one. I think obviously the supply issues are lightening up, and I think that was obviously why the PS4 is kind of staying around a little bit longer because of all the supply chain issues. And now PS5s are coming out more, and but also like money's a lot more tighter now. Like even back when the PS5 did come out, like I said, I've said and told many people like if I was not able to secure a PS5 on launch, day, I didn't, I wasn't able to secure a pre-order, but I was able to secure a PS5 on launch day, which was like maddening and like crazy. If I didn't, I would completely wait kind of until this moment. I like wouldn't have given in the scalpers, but I just would have waited. I just would have been like, something, it is not for me. Like I'm just not battling for a system like that hard. But I was lucky enough to be able to secure one and get one. Thank you to Best Buy. It was a bit of a mess, but got one. Um, but the PS4 is still staying around. I mean, I still use my PS4. I play many games on PS4. I have my PS5 at my desk where I'm working and obviously doing that stuff, so I would play it my PS5 here, and then my PS4 is in my living room where like I kick back and relax and play a lot more of the casual like indie games and like your Street Fighters and like WWE 2Ks and all that stuff. Like so I think there's a place for it to have both, and I know a lot of people that even do have a PS5 have kind of a similar situation where like they kind of keep their PS4 around just for like fun little, quick games, but when they want the game with the really, you know, great graphics and whatever, it's, there. But clearly, 2023 is going to be an interesting year in gaming again, especially with the Xbox side of things. It seems like they're going to be pushing some games out the window and, or out the door, again, out the window is kind of like, don't care about it. But finally, Xbox is kind of getting their shit together with putting games out. I think PlayStation is, has some good hitters. I think this year is going to be a pretty good year in gaming. I think the next couple of years are going to be pretty good in gaming. 2023 and 2024, because probably some of these games from both companies are probably going to be delayed a little bit, but this seems like these are games that are coming out relatively early in 2023. And same thing with Xbox. So, I mean, gamers are going to be busy, and I'm going to be busy. So we're just going to have to see, and hopefully these games live up to the promises of what is going on. But hopefully you guys like this reaction, my take on the games that come out. Um, you know, so don't forget to like and subscribe and all that stuff. Bye, friends.